4 centuries, the search for the Ark of the Covenant of the Bible has captured the imagination of movie makers, archaeologists, and even a Queen of England. Legends have placed the Ark in such faraway places as Ethiopia or Ireland. But we met with one longtime researcher who believes the Ark might be a lot closer than people think. Researcher and author Harry Moscow took CBN News through the Western Wall tunnels, up to the ramparts of the Temple Mount, and into the chambers surrounding Judaism's holiest site. His book, The Ark Report, chronicles his 2-decade quest to find the legendary icon. He says one theory is that it was taken out of the temple and carried to Jericho, 18 miles away.
It says in Jeremiah that some of the vessels in the temple were exited, sort of escaped as it were, through this area at the destruction of the first temple.
But Moscow took us to the spot where he believes the Ark lies.
This particular section of the Western Wall is really fascinating, actually, because this stone is 570 tons.
Moscow believes a key clue lies behind this giant rock and says high-tech search tools give credence to his theory.
2 years ago, there were tests done by the University of Nebraska, sonar tests, etc., using electromagnetic waves. They actually found what's called a storage space across from here. So actually, there was a purpose for putting this giant stone, this massive slab, here. One of the reasons, in my opinion, is to protect whatever it is on the other side. And according to my theory of the Ark actually was buried by King Josiah, I think it was 568 BC, in back of these boulders, these massive stones.
In fact, underneath the Temple Mount lie dozens of underground tunnels and chambers.
Back then, 150 years ago, Charles Warren went in, actually did a survey. Nothing's really been done for political purposes, obviously, unfortunately.
Since then,
no one's been allowed to even put a shovel, nothing.
Yeah.
But basically, they were the ones that surveyed the whole area, and they were the ones who picked out the tunnels, etc.
Yeah.
They couldn't find the Ark, but
maybe it wasn't time. Warren, a British explorer, documented those tunnels at the request of Queen Victoria, just one of many throughout history looking for the Ark.
When people like the Crusaders and the Knights Templar, even the Palestine Exploration Fund, which was originally commissioned by Queen Victoria, came over the centuries to look for the Ark, what they were looking for was a golden box with the staves, but what they really should be looking for is a room. They could have been right up against the wall, and on the other side of the wall is the Ark.
Moscow says the original Holy of Holies had another chamber directly below it.
Actually, in the blueprint itself of the first temple, a chamber should be built exactly the same, Holy of Holies, exactly the same level of holiness as the one right above it. It was set up right from the beginning to house the Ark, with a golden floor and everything.
That's how Solomon built it, constructed, so the Ark itself could go down.
Right, it could go down.
Larry, do you feel like there's a time when the Ark itself, when the time is right, will be revealed?
I do. Timing is incredibly important, incredibly significant. Obviously, it's a groundbreaking, game-changing, biblical type of discovery. My personal opinion is that when it does happen, it won't be in a clandestine way, where we're sneaking through these tunnels, you know what I mean, and we're bringing it out under cover of darkness. It'll be a great occasion, and it'll help bring the Messiah. It'll be something that all nations will really rejoice in.
Moscow credits Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark for the renewed interest.
There are some things that got right about the power of the Ark, etc., and its destructive forces shouldn't get in the wrong hands, and it knows where it is, so to speak. It suddenly became a thing. Oh, what is the Ark of the Covenant? What is that? Oh, yeah, it sort of put it into the face of the public, and maybe that was its best success. Yeah. I loved it personally. It's Hollywood.
What do you think is the main takeaway people need to know about the Ark of the Covenant?
It's a real thing, just like it did 2,700 years ago. It still exists today. It's got the broken tablets that Moses crashed down there at Mount Sinai, and the second tablets. It really does exist. We're really going to see it, hopefully, in our lifetime again. It is a catalyst for the Messiah to come.
Until it is revealed, the Ark of the Covenant built by Moses in the wilderness will continue to fascinate the world.
Alpha, Omega.